Well, May is Mental Health Awareness Month and Women's Health Month as well. It serves as a reminder to take care of our overall health and make it a priority. I'm joined now by Dr. David Silver from Women's Behavioral Health, UPMC Magee Women's, that is. Dr. Silver, thanks for being with us, first of all.
Thank you.
So let's talk about women's health overall. What are the most important health concerns for women?
Well, the most important health concerns are similar to those of men, things like heart disease, cancer. Interestingly, though, some of the signs and symptoms for women differ from men. So it's really important that women are showing up to their primary care appointments, getting screened appropriately, and asking questions about their health.
You know, we're highlighting, Dr. Silver, women. Is it because women tend to not take care of their health as well as we should?
So, I don't want to pin this all on women, but
Thank you.
I would say that, the CDC does show us that women are still struggling with things like alcohol use and
Oh,
smoking.
okay.
They are still struggling with obesity, high blood pressure, and many are not getting enough physical activity or exercise. So these things will lead to those more common health problems.
Yeah, I always think it's because women are so busy taking care of the family, they tend to put themselves on the back burner at times. So I don't know if that's happening. But you know what? According to the CDC, there's this number they came out around 15% of women over the age of 18 are in poor health. So why are we seeing that?
So for the very reasons that I just went over,
Okay.
I think, and I do think you're on to something. Women are taking care of families, and because of that, they probably don't take care of themselves as well, and that is why they're struggling with all these things like not getting enough exercise and having things like higher blood pressure, obesity, maybe turning towards things like alcohol or cigarettes to release some stress. But um, these are the things that do end up contributing to those health problems.
Got it. You know, this is Mental Health Awareness Month, as you know. So what kind of mental health conditions are unique to women that we face?
Yeah, so I mean, on a daily basis, our practice deals with specifically women's behavioral health across the reproductive lifespan. There are generally three unique time points for a woman where they are more vulnerable for mood and anxiety problems and even some cognitive problems at times. One of them is the premenstrual phase of their menstrual cycles in their reproductive life. The most common and what we see day in and day out most of the day are mood and anxiety problems that happen in pregnancy and postpartum. And then as women age and they're headed towards menopause, towards the end of their reproductive life, and their hormones are decreasing, this transition period also leaves them vulnerable for not only mood and anxiety problems, but also some cognitive deficits.
Yeah. So what are the signs? You mentioned the signs and symptoms earlier. What are some of those that we should be on the lookout for and pay attention to?
Yeah, so, in all three of those time points, I brought up mood and anxiety. So, depression and anxiety symptoms are very common, but often overlooked as just normal things. So things like um, being more isolated, not being able to enjoy the things that they typically do. In a pregnant woman or a postpartum woman, it may be not feeling connected to the pregnancy or not feeling connected even to their child. Um, uh, for anxiety, they may have this edgy feeling, always on edge, always irritable, worried about the baby a lot, or if they're not pregnant or postpartum, having specific worries or obsessions, we might say. So there's a multitude of symptoms to look for that are related to both depression and anxiety that I think we have to be more sensitive to. And I think, unfortunately, they've become normalized over time for many reasons.
Yeah, the one thing I mind when people say, oh, don't worry so much. You know, I'd love not to worry so much, but for some people, they do worry. So, what resources are available for women who are in need?
Yeah, so I mean, in central Pennsylvania, I think we're fortunate that primary care providers and OBGYNs uh, are kind of the gatekeepers, and they are really, I would say, good at picking up these things. And so the number one thing is, I would say, is make sure you're getting to your routine doctor visits.
Yeah.
And the second thing is don't be ashamed to feel like you are worrying too much or you are sadder than you think you should be, or there are other things that you just don't think are right. Bring them to your primary care doctor's attention. Bring them to your OBGYN's attention. Um, and, for all of us around other people, women in particular, be observant of the ones we love. I mean, if we think something is wrong, ask them if there's something wrong, because oftentimes with all the stigma about mental health, people don't want to come out with it themselves.
Absolutely. You couldn't have said it better. Just seek help. Thank you so much, Dr. Silver, for shedding light on women's health and mental health as well. We appreciate it.